Hello, mischief lovers. How are you all doing today? It has been a very busy day today, or I plan to make it easy, but building mode. So when something goes not the way you want it, it's more work. That was today. The electricity in this house is wacky, so we need to find out the how they were doing and fix it. So that's the plan. That was, or that made me tired a bit. That's why I am downstairs because my whole library slash craft room is emptied out, and because it is ready for building mode, they will cut a door size hole in the wall. So and I'm not sure how long I can sit anyway. So let's make it easy on the couch. That does mean that I have changed my setup once again a tiny bit. So if I'm very loud or not loud enough, please let me know and I can change it. Today we're gonna talk about A Mixture of Mischief, which is the third book and the final book in the Love Sugar Magic trilogy by Anna Mariano. Boy, this is the only book I don't own. I listened to it on audiobook, and am I sad? This is the one I don't know. The shipping would take forever. That's the reason, but I am sad now. Hello, Judith. How you doing? Hello, Natalie. Hello, Ewald. How you doing? I just finished it a second ago. Well done, Judith. Well done. At least now you remember. It is very fresh on your mind, right? Hello, Kate. How you're doing? Hello. I finished 3 books and a couple of movies a series ago. Yeah, that's gonna happen with you. You watch so much. It's fine. I hope we will jug up your memory and you will remember. If not, you can hang out just for vibes. At least we're not spoiling anything for you. Is it definitely the last one? I feel like the story has potential to go further. Yes. I'm not sure if she would like to read more books, and maybe the publishing house said no. So I'm not sure if that is the case, and if the publishing house says yes in 10 years she was willing to do it, I'm not sure. But it has been out for a while now. The last book has been out for years, and I can't find anything about more books coming. So I'm pretty sure we have to deal with this. This is it. I finished it about half an hour ago. See? They will remember you all. It's gonna be fine. Barbara and Judith will remember. I also finished the last 1.5 hours today, so we're good, right? I only remember hating one character. Oh. Hello, Eka. How you're doing? I love this one. It might be my favorite one, and also a bit sad. It was right? Yes, same. You also don't own this one, right? Hello, Larissa. How you're doing? Just as a little reminder, once again, this is the third book in a trilogy, which means that if you haven't read the first 2 yet, we are gonna spoil them. Like, this is the last book. As soon as we're gonna talk about this book, even if it's spoiler free for this book, there are gonna be spoilers for the first 2. So this is your time to check out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking it out. But if you haven't read the first 2 books and you would like to, maybe not stick around. I finished Santastein Law. Nice. Can I watch it? Because I'm interested now. But, blood. Is it very bloody? Or is it only once or twice? So yeah, same. I binged it all in one sitting last night. I love that, okay? That is good. I love that. To be fair, that is great. Yeah. It took me 2 times, but I get the feeling. And why? Because I don't own the book. I have put it on the screen. No, it's blown actually really bad. Okay. Oh, maybe not that. So Judith's choice would have been better. Silent Bite. Sorry. Sorry to let you down. Let's talk. The acting and effects are shitty. Oh, that's sad. Sorry. Let's talk atmosphere first about this book. I loved it. But I'm not sure if it was because of the atmosphere in the book. I think it was more the people and the relationships that I love than it was the atmosphere of competing businesses. Like, we didn't have a lot of holiday themed stuff going on this time around, which I would normally count for atmosphere. But it feels weird to say. I think from this book, the all over atmosphere, I enjoyed the least. Whereas I do think this is my favorite book of the series. So I'm not sure. I waited for physical book to want to arrive, but it took long, so cancel it. I might still order it because I did. Yeah, same. Listen to the audio here and there, so we'll see how much I remember. We have 3 people that has finished it today, or at least the last bit. So they should remember, and hopefully we will jog your memory that way. Judith also, yeah, it's audiobook. I like the atmosphere, but when I'm thinking about it, I have to say I missed a little bit more description of Great Break. So yeah, that is true. I would have loved that. I would have loved that. I also am not sure when this book is playing. Like, the others were very clear on that, which after the Day of the Dead, you will have something like Thanksgiving or Christmas something. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I have no clue, but I think that, I don't know, the celebration days, those really make an atmosphere for me too. And then the bakery smell. But I feel like we were not as much in the kitchen with this book as the others as well. I still like the shadowy mystery atmosphere. Yeah, that I did like, but I also have a tiny bit of a problem with that part, or not really a problem. I get why it's there, but it was a bit annoying. So I don't think that's my favorite part of the atmosphere. This was my least favorite of the series. So sorry, I still enjoyed it, but I like the first and second. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Yeah. It's also my least favorite. I think it's great, or not great, but that we all have. It's very interesting to me why some people are saying like this is my favorite, and why other people are like, yeah, this is my least favorite. Could it be because we burn not a lot in the bakery? I feel like. I think this will be my second favorite of the series. Which one is your favorite then, Barbara? I am curious to see. And there's a break, so maybe spring break? Yeah, I'm not sure anymore. But that is right. They have mentioned the break. I loved it too. Sometimes I struggle to visualize a scene, and if I can't visualize it, I don't enjoy it as much or concentrate on the story as well as I need to. Yeah, with these books, I can almost see it. Yeah. I wish I could almost smell it. With the other two, I could, because I actually picked something from the book. That helped a lot. Yes, that is true. Now, you mentioned the word Easter. That is true. They have mentioned Easter in the book. That is true. Yeah. To more said in spring. Spring break. Yeah, I've totally forgot the whole mention of the break thing, to be fair. But when Barbara said Easter. That I did remember. My least favorite was the second one. All right. The first was the favorite. Yep, I get that because most of my favorite books are first in the series. Because you just get introduced to a new world, new characters, new magic systems or stuff like that. And I just love that. And it immediately feels nostalgic. As a movie in my head, and I love that, especially when I can compare it to things. Yeah, that's reminded me of Coco, and this reminded me of Nevermore with Secret. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'm also still waiting on the 5th book of Nevermore. When is that coming out? Less baking, too much boiling. Yeah, I get it. The less baking that is sad, and I do think that is the reason why I would give this less atmosphere than the rest. Well, my favorite was the second. I love this so much. I love all the different opinions. Oh, I can also think that is good. At the end, when we are doing spoilers, I would like to get into this and ask you all which one was your favorite and why. Because I think that is going to be so interesting. And then also maybe why is the other one your least favorite? That would be same. The second was my favorite. That is good. I agree. Well, yeah. Too much a boilo. Also same for the second one. Yeah. Oh, I'm really curious now. Which one was my least favorite? I don't know. I find that very hard. I also all gave them 5 stars, so spoiler. This was 5 stars too. um I think if I have to guess that the second was gonna be my least favorite because of the family dynamics. But then I love the spirits. So it feels really hard to say that. It doesn't feel true. But there is nothing, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I can say yet why this was my. Yeah, no, we're definitely doing that at spoilers. This one might be my least favorite. Really? That is also interesting. Okay, that is. We need to do that at spoilers because I need to know everything. Oh, it was a sports star for me, and the second one is my favorite 5 streets. Oh yeah, great. I can see that. That's why I was like, if I have to choose, but I'm not sure because I did like the second more than the first one. Interesting. I said it was my least favorite only because we are learning the characters and not as much happens as the next 2 weeks. True. But I do feel like we got the most baking vibes in the first book. And that just scratched an itch for me. Just one baking book. Mind you, too much lying and hiding in the first one. Yeah. And it was funny because that is why I like the second the least, I think. Because in the first, it can happen, right? And they had to learn stuff like that. But then in the second one, it wasn't that better, and they were very, very mean against Caroline. And I very much dislike that. So I think that's why the second is my least favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite because I like some aspect and didn't like some. Yeah, that is true. I get that. That's why I'm struggling. I did love them all. Yeah, same. That's interesting. Natalie makes me think that's why I liked it most because that's what I grew up with. Could be. If that is the most nostalgic to you, I can definitely see that getting more points, getting upped. Book 1 has also started the East Bagel. Yeah! And the Snacking Club! And I cannot choose that one as my least favorite. That is not an option. This one isn't an option. So, there was only one option left, but that doesn't feel quite right. Yeah, but I think if I have if I have to choose, like holding a gun to my head, like, Denise, you better choose or you're gonna die. I have to name the second book. Is it like how they treat Caroline with the second book still good? Yeah, I love the spirits and the little autumn leaves, stuff like that behind them. I loved it so much, and their business and how they deal with it. I loved it. Caroline never learned that her mom is part ninja. Is kind of said, yeah. They were all so adorable. No, yeah. That is why I love these books. I love most characters. They're so relatable. I love the interactions. I love the dynamics between the characters. And I think there is something to say for every single character in there. I think for me, for this whole series, the characters were carrying it. And then, if you combine that with magic and baking, nothing really can go wrong, can it? So, yeah. And that, going into the character side of things, what I liked in this book, without spoilers, not yet. I did love the dynamics. I did love that I learned things in the first two books that they were now applying. And it was still hard. They still, it was not a magical fix. They still need to work for it. But they got back to it. And I did feel their bonds were so much stronger because of it. Both in the family and the friends. And that I just really, really enjoyed. I could really appreciate that. And I'm not sure if you have seen a Jesser comment in the Discord, especially the spoiler section. So I'm not gonna tell you right now. But that was really true to me. Like, one of the sisters saying stuff. And I don't know, it's so cute. They're so wholesome together. Cool. Music, love, chicken magic, baking. What's next? I'm not sure. Well, I know what's next. Next month, we're doing Stepfather Christmas. I'm not sure if you're going to join, Iwa. This is a book for next month, and I will be starting it tomorrow because it has 25 chapters specifically made. So if you want to, you can read it as an advent calendar and count down to Christmas, which I am going to do. I also love that we're working together with the second one. Yeah. But I also love that in this book, that we do see individual needs that maybe don't quite fit in the family plan, and that is still being okay and still being supported. And then from one of the characters you might expect it as least, they are willing to do the whole family plan. And I just loved it. They listen to Leo more in the book. Yeah. And what I loved is there was one moment that Leo wanted to learn specific magic. And her mom said, I'm going to teach you that magic. And Leo was like, really? 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 Are you going to do it? And the mom was like, yeah, I kind of learned last time that it's better if I learn it to you than you're figuring it out on yourself because you're going to do it anyway. I just love that so much because mom did admit, that she had to learn that and that it just works for Leo like this. And she's just rolling. My Stepfather Christmas book won't arrive before the third. Well, at least you have 3 chapters to read on the third time. And I will, if I react to every a chapter a day, I will make it all spoilers. Just say day 1 and then make it spoilers. I'm also starting tomorrow and read it. Yeah, it is here because it is close to my yarn advent calendar. I'm so excited about the advent this year. Oh no. It's sad that it doesn't arrive. I have the audio, so I'm hoping I had chapters so I can listen to one each day. My last bookmark, the whole book. No. Oh, that's terrible. I hate it when they do that. Check. Because if it has 27 chapters, it's probably the intro and stuff like that. But then it still works. Tomorrow's start, it's beginning to look a lot like which is non-traditional Christmas setting. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I both need the untraditional and the traditional ones, but I don't like certain traditional ones, but I am very traditional Christmas girly, I guess. Do we need to share the first few chapters so you can still read? Oh, we could do that. Yeah, that is a great idea, Judith. That is you're smart. Is there free preview you can peek? No, there is an audiobook, but yes, we will do it. We will do it. That's a good idea, Judith. That is smarty pants. I have already started with Terrified Reader. Yeah, well, that's fine, Well, that is fine. I don't think there is anyone here who hasn't finished it. Right. If you're here and you haven't finished it, and you still want something to say, let me know now. Because I do feel like we want to go into spoiler territory. Sort of. So, make yourself known. If you don't want spoilers but still have something to say, this is your time to shine. The song is a terrifying. Yeah, I know it's a Christmas movie, but obviously I can't watch it. For some reason. It's not, I can't watch it, well. Alright, let's go into territories. This is your last warning if you haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna count to 3. And if you haven't moved on from us, then sorry, you're gonna be spoiled. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. I loved it so much. But I loved all the little nods the family had to each other, like Mama saying, I have learned, Leah. I'm just gonna teach you myself because otherwise you're gonna find out and make a mess. And Jess also said that she loved the one from one of the sisters. Yeah, but Marisol was like, yeah, invisibility is the last thing Leo needed as a bird order power, and I was like, yeah, I get it. But I loved that I can just make jokes about that. Still kind of neat, but still find it funny that she is the one that gets it. Like, it's so fitting to personalities, their bird order, and I do love that about them. And I absolutely love that we definitely got to see more of Marisol's and Isabella's relationship. Because it does seem like they hate each other, which is not true. Because when Isabella wanted to go to a different school, the only one who knew was Marisol. And I love that they were in this hiding, right? A lot of stress, might need to fight Abuelo. Had magical creatures in their house, just found out that they actually could also talk to their cat. And that is when, little perfect Isabella is throwing it all out because she can't have it anymore. I love that Marisol is the one, really? We're gonna do this now? Really? So she was obviously the only one who knew. And I did love that. I did love that we got to see that they are definitely could get along and did share secrets. I love that. I love that sister band. I love Mr. Cat and I hate Grandma. Yeah. Oh, Elio is a bit of an ass. I get that. I did love El Gato. I like magical creatures, so I obviously loved that there were these magical creatures that has come by many different names, but we all get them. They're very folklore. There is this one book by Mrs. Anderson. Is it the with the castle? They also talk about these creatures, right? That live in your house and that you bring offers to, and they will help you, stuff like that. And I love that, Leo was the one who found them out. And then they were getting panicked, and then they were making this whole plan, and then Mr. Cadu was like, I have, issues with this, or I have concerns. The creature was like, yeah, I get that you have concerns, but these people are special because you chose them. Otherwise you wouldn't have done that, so I'm gonna trust them anyway. And I love that so much. I love this book and the new powers Leo got, and the little fate people. I forgot how it's called in Spanish. Love how family's getting better, right? I absolutely love that it was getting better. And I did like that it was still hard for them sometimes. Because there is not a magical fix. This is something that you have to learn and you have to keep practicing for it to become natural. But when they find out it was hard for them and they maybe, fall back on previous behavior, they fixed it. And I do love that it is Leo who is making these pastries, these bagels, that makes it easier to tell the truth to people. And that is her recipe she can write in a book. I love that she can write a recipe in a book. I don't know, that was just a bit of a sentimental moment and I loved it. And I love that is what they're gonna work together with the other bakery that has been causing so many problems. And that this is the solution. I kind of like that. I also love Agato. Yeah, he's great. I'm not sure how it's spelled because I did the audiobook. So I have to check in the others. I love that JP at one point was like, oh yeah, I know all about magic. And that's they were just exaggerating about the basic magic when their parents told the rest of the family before. Yeah. Yeah, I love that too. And he was so okay with it. And I also love that JP was really into the baking aspect, like the actual bakery and not the magic. He just loved helping out in a bakery. And I definitely see Marisol and Leo and JP running the bakery with the three of them in the future. I think that would be so cute. And I do like that the parents tried being honest, like Leo is with her friends, but that they also were like, yeah, they're probably gonna take this as a joke, but then at least we have tried. I think I like that. I wish we had seen more of Leo's father's side of the family in the previous books. Yeah, that would have been great. I also do get why it's now though. But this is what Natalie said, right? Like, I feel like there is so much we can continue on, and I think this is one of the parts we can definitely, continue on and have another book. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. Did we even get to know why Grandpa wanted to fight all of them? Like, what was the goal? No, we don't. It is suggested multiple times that he is just very power hungry, and he believes that some people, and he's one of those people, believe that the more you destroy other people and their magic, the more powerful you become. And that's why he was doing it. But he himself has never specified why he was doing this shit. Yes, you have them with Slavic folklore too. Yeah, exactly. Sort of house fate that lives in the house that's gonna help you out if you're nice to them. And I love that they were all wearing the girls' clothes. It's such a girl thing to fight over the clothes and who lost them and who doesn't. And there have been those fights, and then you find this Fae folk wearing their clothes. I thought that was very funny. Plus all these magical creatures that were apparently there all the time. To me, it seemed a bit glossed over, but that's my opinion. Yeah, I can see why you would think that. Because there is obviously no mention of them in the first two books. For me personally, it was acceptable because my belief, part of the folklore, is that you will never see them. You are very unlikely to ever know or see them unless something special happens. So for me personally, it belonged in that folklore and it was fine. That makes sense that why we haven't seen them in the first two books. But then again, I would have loved to see them more. I would have loved to see another book where they are present and they're working together. I liked how Martha finally got her place once it was clear Isabel would go. Yeah, I felt like she didn't have space next to her purposes, and that's why she threw away the whole time. Yeah, I think that too. Yeah, I think that's why she threw away. And I love that she was eager to do it and very willing to do it, and that it wasn't obvious from the start that Isabel didn't want to do it and Marisol wanted, but then when that was spoken out, it kind of clicked, and everyone was like, "Yeah, makes sense actually." I love that, and I love that Marisol gets to shine because I do think she was very smart and very realistic about stuff, more so than her other sisters are. Even though she is, come across maybe as negative, or again throwing away stuff like that, but I do think she was also the most realistic. Like, she is very aware that magic gives a special amount of power and that gives responsibilities, and she is very carefully choosing if she wants that or not, where I think the rest of the girls are maybe a bit more bedazzled and impressed by the magic and just go with it because it's new and shiny. They call it Domovoy. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly though. I was wondering the same thing. Did we get answers to that? Yeah, not specifically from him, but the mother has said something about that, and that was very much hinted at his organization and their abuelo and why he was doing it. Yes, I love when Leo got to write the book. Yes, I love that so much. That was very, yeah, awesome moment. It's such a big moment for Leo that she got to write her own spell in the book. Yeah, and I love that how they all celebrate with all the sisters standing next to her, and then her other sister writing the Spanish part. I would have even liked it better if it was Caroline who has wrote the Spanish part for her, because she has been translating Spanish for Cleo the whole time. So I wish it was Cleo who got to write the Spanish part in a book. I also love that Brent had a crush on JP. It was cute. Yeah, it was very cute. And then with the truth, Bagel's right, and he was like, "Am I gonna spelling out now?" Because he's immediately looked to JP like, "I don't want to tell you." But it was so extremely cute. And I also love that Brent was like, "No, I'm still mad at you. However, your whole family is gonna lose something, and that's not worth it to me. So we're just passing through it because I'm still gonna help you, and we'll talk about it later." I really enjoyed that. That was very cute. Yeah. I think Brent overall is very cute, very good friend. He went through so much trouble because of magic, and he was still willing to help the girls out, still willing to keep investigating, keep doing mystery or maybe a bit dangerous stuff because of magic for the girls. And he's a really good friend. Not good that Leo outed him before PJ. That was the only bit I didn't. Yeah, I get that. I do wish we got more about the magical creatures too, but it might have gotten too long if there was more. Yeah, I'm not sure. I get it. I do think, sometimes series go on too much, but on the other hand, I love the characters, I love the baking, I love the magic, and I love the creatures, so I wouldn't mind more books. But yeah, I would have loved maybe a book where Isabella is going to college and study magic. So we can actually see more magic, more sorts of magic, and then also maybe getting to know a bit more of the magical creatures with that, but also getting to know the father's family more and their magic, which also would tie into the magical creatures. I think there would have been space for a book like that still. Cree, we would have loved a book with more of yeah. Magical creatures are always right. I love them. Love Marisol's growth throughout the series. Yeah, but I also think it is not like, yes, he does grow, but I do feel she is staying very consistent. I think that the most growth is actually in her family, understanding her better and seeing where she's coming from and letting her be more who she is and taking her seriously instead of just a nagging teen or a negative teen, because she is asking questions for a reason. She has concerns about stuff for a reason. And to be fair, the third book just proved her valid. The first book, she says, magic can make you power hungry. That is something you should be scared of. That is something you should consider, and keep an eye on. And then in the third book, we have this very power hungry, magical dude that is doing what to people because he wants power, because he has magic. But the book didn't have an English page in the first book. Yeah, I think they did that specifically so that Leo could put her own page in, because she does not speak Spanish well enough. Which is about the family understand wrestle with. Yeah, I to me it felt more like her family growing than she did. Oh, she did grow. I love her. I loved her from the first book. I still love her. Yeah, this was the first English page, I believe. Yeah, I do believe so. I think they've done that specifically for her to be able to write her own recipe in it. But then also have the traditional Spanish page, because that is how they give their recipes, keeping it true to family. And I am sad though, because we still don't really know where the magic is, how the magic is anchored, is it? Because we know one of their ancestors, one of her grandma ancestors has anchored their magic. And we know that there are relics. We know that the bakery is one of those relics. But we have also learned in kind of the last bit that it wasn't just the relics. But we don't know how did she do it. More than that, what else did she do? Because on her father's side, it's all given by name, and that's why it goes to Brujo, male instead of female. I don't know how did she do it then, if it not was because it's specified, right, that it wasn't just the relics. What else was it? Even like the grandpa created chaos and flips. Like, if you're gonna have a bad guy just for being a bad guy, because that is basically, he's just a power hungry bad guy. That is a very classic villain. And you're gonna put him in a too big robe with flip flops. I'm enjoying it. I find that very, very funny. Just find it funny. No problem, Evka. Have fun with your parents. Bye. I think that is just such a different view of a villain. I enjoyed it. The library bit was fun to read too, when she became invisible without she knew. Yeah. And I did like that making her laugh got her back to visible. And it also took her a while to understand that. I would not have been that librarian. I thought the magic anchored in the family itself, in the community, and doing the magic together. Yeah, that can be. That could be, Natalie. It could be that. I'm not sure if that is sad, but I can see that it is that, exactly. Bye, Evke from Judith and Kate. In case you're still here. Bye. Yeah, I just love them. I'm so sad to move on. I just want more of these books. I could have 20. It's a bit same as with the Dominique Villante books. You know, the books with absolutely not a cat, because he's gonna be exploding if you call him a cat because he's angry. I just cannot make up the name of those books. I think at first I was Missing Tuesday, and I can't get the name. Or Oswald was the exploding non-cat. Starfell, yes, Starfell, that's the one. I could have more books of that. Worst part is, she's willing to do it, but that is when her publisher said no. She was writing a 5th book, but her publisher told her no. If there even come more books, I'll read them for sure. Yeah, I don't think they're coming, because they have been out for a while, and there is no news about it, and she did wrote other books, but on a lower age range, I believe. Bye. Yeah, but if they ever come, I will read them. I also want to continue Starfell's great. I loved it. But it is very sad, because after the 4th book, there is the same with this book, definitely still a story to tell. It's not per se an open ending, however, it is not completely closed off either. And that is because I know Dominique Villante wanted to write another book, but the publisher told her, no, we're not doing it. So I hope the publisher one day realize they're wrong and that we do get another book. I only read the first one. Oh, then you're in for a treat still. I think one reason this one isn't my fave is because it doesn't really feel finished to me. It left things open. I feel like the other two did that a bit. That is true. I agree on that part. Yes, I absolutely agree. Let me read Jess' comment, and then I would like to know, what is your favorite book in this series? Why? And what is the least favorite book and why in this series? I just said I have lots of work this weekend, but I'll watch the live back at some point. This was absolutely her favorite one. I like the characters that showed up toward the end, and the little throwaway line about how Senior Kato adopted the family and not the other way around. Yeah, I like that too. She also appreciated how they all finally start communicating properly and helping each other. That is what I loved in this book, absolutely. Which is, I think, why the line always bothered me so much. The core character, the family members, and Leo's best friends are always so supportive and helpful when they know what's going on. So there's absolutely no reason to lie ever. That is true. I get it. I totally feel this. Except that one thing with Caroline book 2. That one made sense. Yeah, I get that Caroline didn't tell the family because she felt really bad about screwing up. That makes sense to me. Especially when they treat her so bad just before. Also, I love the moment when Maris was like, yeah, that we had that. I love that one too. And I love how it ended with Leo putting in residue in the book. Yeah, that was great. That was great. I think that's a very good summoning up. Why I love the book too. She also would like to have the whole family as friends. And the bakery to be a real place I can visit. Yeah. Sign me up. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Least favorite from Gate is the first book because we're learning the characters and there's not so much action. I find this funny because the first book I love because we're getting to know the characters and I love it. I just want to know those people. and the bakery. We got a lot of those. We got a lot of seeing how the bakery works. And that is very interesting to me. I love this one because she got power and because of magical creature. Yeah. I also love this one because she is now a true magical family member because she has written the recipe in the book. I love that one. I think this is my favorite because the bonds were so much stronger now because they learned so much stuff in the first two books. I do love that they were communicating better, that they were trusting one another way more, that we find out that people have maybe different ambitions and that was still fine. I loved how the parents learned to deal with their children. I loved how her mom was so honest and like, oh my god, girls, really hold a mirror on. And then Marisol would say something like, yeah, normally this is different, or how the tables have turned. I love the part where the moment that we're like, we have something important to tell you, and then it was just JP staying for a week. And Marisol was like, oh, I really thought you were going to talk with us about new house. And we're like, how do you know? And then she said, how the tables have turned. You can see things on the internet, right? Like, I can see your search history. There were moments like that where you can definitely see that they respected each other, they trusted each other more, the communication was more open. I just felt so much love and respect for the family members with each other in this book, and that's why I loved it. I love that Isabel and Marcel both get the role they want, and that fits better. I love that Leo got to write a recipe in the book. I really feel like the family grows so much, and that was shown in this book. And then there is added of magical creatures that actually talk with the cat, where we have been expecting the cat to do stuff like that all books, and now they're here. I really enjoy that. I like the first one most because it was the first. New meeting characters. Yeah. It has some fun conflicts. Love to explore Leo and Caroline's relationship. Had lots of... Yeah. I can totally see that. That is exactly the reason why I love most first books in the series. Exactly how you describe it. Yeah. Most favorite book too because it gives me major Coco vibes. Yeah. Oh, alright. I get that. Yeah. The trail of flowers and each of the ghosts wanting to finish things like the garden and the piano. Yeah. The spirits are great, right? I love the spirits. And the trail of flower leaves they leave behind. I love Coco. But Coco is not one of my favorite Disney movies, so I get why that would be the absolute favorite of some people, but that I also think that is why it's not my favorite. I also love that Leo is now confident with her magic. Yes. Yeah, that was so cute. So cute. Like the second one the least because for some reason I didn't like the spirit. Somehow I felt like it was too long. It felt too stretched out. I don't know. I can see that. I do think that it definitely took a while to get what is the problem and why we were having this problem. It was a lot of just hunting spirits without doing magic or baking. So I can see that. It makes sense to me. Least favorite of Natalie. Like I said, too much hiding and like, yeah, the first one. I'm trying to do everything alone. The reaction to discover the magic felt so illogical. Yeah, I get it. I can see that. To me, personally, I didn't mind because we're like, yeah, it's just a game. She does not see consequences well yet. But like, I absolutely get it, yeah. And I love the scene of her friends coming to help her with the candles in the second book. Yeah. Yeah. I love also in the second book that Brent was still there. Well, he was just made smaller by magic. He was still trying to help them. Even when, he ended up in a bad trade of magic again. Once again, he had it hard. Most favorite is the second. I love the focus on the topic of friendship and trust and how Leo started discovering us. That I can totally see. Yeah, I love that one in the second one too. And I love the thought. That is really well done, isn't it? Yeah. That I think that is absolutely my favorite part. Is the thought of afterlife and how they dealt with it. That's why I like the spirits so much. Why are they spirits? Why do they come back? I love the reason Abuela came back. That was really cute. And I think that is a huge part why the family grows so much, because obviously the mom takes Abuela very serious, but then the girls take Abuela very serious. And she told something to all of them to put them in their strength. And I think that is what we see in the third book. And I think that is exactly the reason why I like the third book the best. So we're kind of on the same page. We'll have different endings to it. I also love the spirits. Yeah. I can see why you don't like them though. I just love anything ghosty and, spirit related. But I think that one was the most spookiest. So if you don't really love those vibes, the second is probably your least favorite. Probably not going to be for you as much. And I also get that this one had less baking. If you ever baking vibes, other books are better. That is true. I love all the books. I'm so happy I always have some cookies when they did some. Yeah. Yeah, they want. Their girls want. Really make me want to bake again. Which I'm not really able to do a lot of the time. But I did buy gingerbread spice because of reading this series and continuously hear them about baking, talking about baking, doing baking. I want to do baking. So it's like, if I can, I need a spice. I'm getting it just in case I can do it one day. Yeah. I love the series and I was very glad that you guys wanted to read it with me. So thank you so much. I enjoyed it very, very much. We have voted on the new books for the new year. I need to make a list. I still need to do that. But I think there was 1 or 2 books that were voted 6 times, which was the most. So we'll definitely do those. And then there were a couple that were voted 5 times. And I'm going to try to do as many of the most voted book as we can. So when we're getting to 5 votes, if there is a book that takes up 3 spaces, but there are 3 books that only take up 1 spaces, we're doing the 3 books that only take up 1 spaces to get as much of your votes in as possible next year. So then you all know that is how I'm planning to do it. I am planning to make that list next week, make a video about it, giving you all the picks for next year. For now, Stepfather Christmas by L.D. Lapinski is next month's book club. I will be starting this tomorrow since it is a book you can read as Advent. Unfortunately, this has an audiobook, but it is only available on Audible. So if you want to read it in an audiobook form, you need Audible. Otherwise, for me, it wasn't an expensive book. I think it was €8. But I'm not, prices change every time and I can pay €8, but maybe you can't. So that's all fine. I just wanted to give the information and let it out there. I'm excited about this one. And this would work for Cleo's readathon because it has winter in it, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot about family with Stepfather. I also think you can choose it for bonus, right? Because in the Netherlands, because stepfather or stepchildren bonus fathers or bonus children a lot of the time, so I think it counts. I didn't understand the rules completely, to be honest with you. Damn it. The camera is getting low on battery, but it should have been loading the whole time. So, not sure what's going on. I can't put it any other way. Let me... Let's do it this way, just in case, because I will... Otherwise, I will not be visible anytime soon. As I was saying, I didn't really get the rules for Cleo's Lottery completely. I know there are extra prompts, but I'm unsure if all the books need to have all the prompts and why. Something to do with extra spaces, but I'm not sure how you get... when you get which extra space, if that makes sense. So, you know, please enlighten me. But I think this would count for Cleo's Readable. I baked once this month, a rarity. I'm so proud of you, Ewald. I love it. Reading 2 volumes of this while being on my food challenge was hard. Oh, yes, I totally forgot. That is... I'm so proud. You have such a strong will. That's incredible that you could still do it. Wow, that is an achievement, Natalie. That is definitely an achievement. So happy you reread it. Yeah, me too. Thank you all for making me reread it. I loved it. No, Natalie, that's right. That's... oh yes, that's a true thing. Yes, we have been voting for new books. Let me... while we're talking about it, I could just grab it, right? So... Shadowhole Academy by Phil Hikes, that is the author of the Evelyn Jones series, has 6 votes, so that will be in there. Then Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundle also has 6 votes, so that will definitely be in there. And Foxheart by Claire Legrand also has 6 votes, so that will definitely be in there. Then I have to see how many options we have left. The Wild Robot by Peter Brown has 5 votes. Witch Park by Dominique Villante has 5 votes. Weather Weaver by Tamsin Murray has 5 votes. Beanstalk Murder by P.G. Bells has 5 votes. So those are the other options that are going in the mix after we've done the 6 vote list. But I need to check to make sure how many books everyone has. Basically. We can still buddy read it, Ewald. I'm definitely intrigued. Wait. Too bad, that means no Cameron Battle or Tristan Storm. Those series have the granny goodness we love. Yeah, it's... Ewald, we have to see. I definitely wanted to read Tristan Storm or Cameron Battle. The problem is that with my other ID, we can only do 6 books. So we have to see how this will mix and match. Now with my nerve, I'm just not comfortable promising you 2 things every single month that I have to do live shows for, sometimes multiples. Because, you know, I never know. But maybe in the future when I get better and, you know, it is not too much for me to do with work and stuff, maybe we can do it every month again with the other ID next to it. I can also... The other ID is semi-solid. I have an ID and that's what we're gonna start with. But I want to see how you guys receive it and if you have any ideas, so that is not set in stone. that is very much pliable. So I can see it happening kind of mixing with middle grade again. I'm just not sure. And if I promise it, I want to make sure I can do it. And right now, I can do a live show month, that is no problem. But sometimes I have to pay afterwards. And there has to be time for me to pay before another one. And sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's 4 days, sometimes it's 2 weeks. So it depends on what else I pulled. I only need to read it because I need the S to make my word. Oh, that is, yeah. I still need to find a word too. For Cleo's, yeah. I know the word thing. I'm not exactly sure when we need it. But I am trying to figuring out if the books I picked for December to read, if they could fit for hers. And then make sort of an order. Hookfather also works, isn't that? Is that random? Yeah, Hookfather I love. That is one we had for December, but didn't win the votes. I would have loved to read it, but I don't own it. So I will probably keep that for next year. I need to watch an announcement video. I'm so behind this month. I just watched it, and apparently my brain is not happy today. It just flew by. I didn't get it at all, which is weird because I'm pretty sure I participated last year, and I've done it before. So I almost looked for another book that started with an S. That is funny though. Sorry. I think it's better explained in the document she shared, at least the one she shared. Yeah, I remember the document were very clear last year, but I didn't have time to read the document for this live show. I'm not sure if she uploaded it yet. I am planning on reading that. However, I am starting tomorrow. So kind of need to know tomorrow which 5 books I need to read first, right? If I understand correctly. The first 5, they are all wintry and random. You unlock 2 extra lottery spaces. All right, and where was the green and family setting for them? Because that was in the same row. I can explain game night on if your question can be. Oh yes, thank you. I really want to do it. I always have so much fun with game night at home, but my brain is right now is like, yeah, you're not smart enough. Clear's games are always too complicated for me, so just don't bother. Actually, normally, I really understand, and I, always willing to help people understand or help make their TBR and just explain. If you read this and do this with it, you get this. That is fine. But right now, my brain is like, yeah, you're not smart enough. I baked some bojos for my mom's birthday. I love that email. Did she like it? I bet she did. The spots that you unlock don't need to be went through or random. How do I unlock them then? No, you're not making it more confusing. Half of it is clear now. My brain just has more questions. I have already read those, so wouldn't have to stress my eyes out if necessary. Yeah, I'm also not gonna stress about it. It's just I just want to try, but I'm not sure. It's honestly, I wish I could read 24 books with you guys a year, because there are so many good options in there. I kind of want to read them all, but that is just putting a lot of pressure on us, and I don't want to put that much pressure on me or anyone else. And I just think, it needs to be fun to participate in this book club, and you can pick and choose. If you don't like a book, you're not doing it, right? Like, don't feel pressured. But If you need a book for peer pressure on Cleo's game night, Heartless. You can blame me for pushing you in reading Heartless, no problem at all. Also, Stepfather Christmas, we're doing this with a group. If you want to hang out with us, you kind of need to read it. I think that would count. Also, Barbara's book club would count for that same reason, right? If you want to hang out with Barbara tonight, you have to read the book. It's peer pressure. Everybody is doing it. Now, I already looked up a pile of wintery books I want to read. Yeah. I hope I can edit tomorrow because I have a stack with 13, 15 books. Festive books, all about Christmas that I would like to read this month. So yeah. I cannot put more books on my TBR. I need to make it work with the ones I have. I also wanted to read them all. They all sound so... Yeah. There's one PAX in it that I'm more hesitant about because it is a war story. And I'm pretty sure there are some that I hadn't really heard of before, so I'm not as enthusiastic as I was for, let's say, the Phil Hicks or the Dominique Villante one or the Weather even somebody put in. I was like, yes, that has been on my radar for so long. That would be great. Alexa, play Under Pressure. We don't have Alexa, so I can save it safely. But if you all now having a dance party on Under Pressure, I would love that. I've read Heartless about 4 times now. Yeah. Kate and I are pressuring you. You need to read it. Right, Kate? They need to read it, right? I'm trying to pressure Josephine into reading it. But I keep telling her that book will break her heart, so she's also kind of scared. So maybe you're better at pressuring people to read it. Because I'm making it worse for people. But yeah, this is the one we're reading next month. For now, we're reading 6 books next year. I'm very excited about it. But again, I'm flexible, so we'll see what happens next year, alright? Maybe. I will keep the poll. Definitely. I read it on one day. Yeah. The Heartless book? Marissa Meyer. No, she's not called Meyer. No, that is from the books I haven't read. The Very Vampire. It is Marissa Meyer. Oh, is it Stephanie Meyer that wrote the vampire books? Yeah, I know for sure it was Marissa. The first name, but Meyer. Yeah, Marissa Meyer. Heartless. Best Alice in Wonderland reading I've ever read. If you want cozy baking vibes, that book has it. It starts very cute. Also, my Steam name is based on the main character of the book. Read it. Do it. Group pressure. We're now at 2, so we're officially a group that are pressuring you to read it. So it would count for game night at dawn. I also checked Lightfall. I would like to do it, but I kind of got out of it. There was one round I couldn't do it, and then I wasn't sure if I have to redo it all, and then I just didn't do anything of it this year because I've been bad with readathons. Alright, I'll check it out. Not in December, but I'll keep it in mind. Yeah. And I know, like, Stephanie's wanting to read it. Josephine is wanting to read it. You're willing to read it. Judith looks like she's now willing to read it. Yes, they bake. Yeah. Yeah. It's very heavy on the baking content in the start. It will not be as much in the end. It will fade out. But so it's set in winter. Is Heartless set in winter? I'm not sure. And I can't really check because I'm pretty sure that book is on the attic because I only have books that I haven't read in my shelves right now or books that I kind of need for camp, something like that. I did see the author of Love, Sugar, Magic has written Frankenstein written. Excuse me, what? And you typed this without the title? Ewald? Are we friends or what? I kind of need the title, mister. I'm gonna look it up now. But I only have one screen, so I have to do it after this. Oh, I need to read that now. Oh, I love it already. Yeah. It's gonna break your heart though, but it's worth it. At the end of the book, you will definitely know why the title of the book is Heartless. Marissa Meyer is heartless. But it's worth it. You're gonna love it. At least I hope so. No, the baking in it's so good in the beginning. Yeah. Catherine Pinkerton. And we kind of, she wants to open a bakery. And we see her making all these tarts and stuff. I enjoy that part so much, especially, obviously, Alice in Wonderland and tarts is a thing, right? So, yeah. I enjoyed it. Would highly recommend. But then again, I might be hyping it so much up that you don't like it anymore. Because it's a disappointment. But I very much enjoyed it. And I do think it's a typical YA. So if you're going in with, I'm going to read Alice in Wonderland retelling that is written as a typical YA, and there is going to be cozy baking, but my heart might be breaking, then you're fine. I think that was all for today. Natalie and I were pushing comments on my other video that we kind of need a crafting party. And since Barbara is now sprinting on Sunday, I just checked on her sprints, and it is okay if I do a crafting party in the evening of Sunday, December the 15th. So I would like to hang out with you all then on my birthday and craft a bit. So we're not really gonna do sprints. I will probably knit or crochet while just chatting with you. We're just gonna hang out for an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2. And have fun. But then, crochet or knit or do diamond painting or painting on number, making those cute coasters y'all do, or maybe embroidery or whatever. Whatever you can do while somebody is chatting against, to you. Then I would like you all to come hang out with me. I have scheduled the live show. I think that's it for now. That is all for today. All I had to say of upcoming things, live show things, Love, Sugar, Magic things, new book things. I think that's it. Alice in Wonderland, Mickey saturation, yeah, same. I think it was just Frankenstein. Really? I need to look it up now, Eva. I love a good side boo. Most of are on my face. Oh, then you might like it. Yeah. It got me enraged. But I found it a good range and chat and then get a comfort. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Kate. Sounds great. That sounds great. So they won't be able to join then. I will craft during the day in Barbara's. That is absolutely fine. Yeah. I will try to also be there on Barbara's sprint. Actually, I'm kind of pleased he's doing it on Sunday now because Sunday is way easier for me to join than Saturday because Saturday they're always building here and I sometimes need to help and stuff. Thank you for the discussion. I love to read the book. Yeah, thank you so much all for being here. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for this is. Yeah, no problem at all. I'm just glad you guys want to read my favorite books with me. And I'm very glad to discover some new favorites with you next year, hopefully. Maybe this year already. We'll see. I will see you all in whatever comes next. Maybe Barbara's Prince. Might be another live. Might be Discord.